Hey everyone, today we're going to be making chisel handles for the lathe. This is really a great starter project if you're just starting out on the lathe, so I'm going to do a full length video as well. So I've got this piece of spalted tamarind and I'm getting it roughed out with the roughing gouge. I've got my calipers set up to the width of the older chisel here, and I'm just periodically checking the thickness of the timber. Next we're going to cut what is called the ferrule. I'll go into why that's important later, but for now it's a 20mm piece of copper. I was going to use brass, but I couldn't find any. And then we've gone ahead and put our mark on for the brass. Use the calipers again and thicknessed it down to the right thickness. Now I'm just doing a little bit of shaping on the bottom of the handle. I'll leave the rest to the end when I cut it off. Now I'm just doing the shaping for the middle and the bottom of the handle. I'm trying to get a very smooth gradual curve. And then I've just done a little bit of shaping on the top of the handle with a skew chisel. It's really starting to take shape. I'm quite happy with the shape of it now. Okay, so now for a bit of sanding, I've got P120 grit sandpaper. I'm pressing on quite hard. I'm just trying to get those lumps and bumps out a bit. Now I'm going to glue on the ferrule, so I'm going to mix up this 2-part resin glue. The glue is a 50-50 mix and I'm just applying it to the inside of the ferrule and then just hammering it into place so we've still got the bottom part so we can tap on that. So now back on the lathe we're applying some beeswax, and now we take a lint-free cloth and we just rub that beeswax in, and you can see already it's starting to come up really shiny already. Now I need to separate the handle from the lathe, so I've turned it quite thin and was taking a saw and chopping it off. This leaves a nib that just needs sanding off again with the 120 sandpaper. I'm just going in line with the grain as well. Now comes the really tricky bit. I'm just drilling the hole for the chisel to sit in. It needs to be a snug fit, so it has to be quite tight, but not so tight that it will split the chisel handle when it goes in. So now we're actually fitting the chisel into the handle. This is where the ferrule comes in. Any sideways pressure should be contained by this copper pipe, and it will stop the chisel from splitting. So fitting the handle now, got a bit of cloth wrapped around the bottom of it to protect it. I'm just giving it tapping, not going too hard. I've also applied plenty of that resin glue that we used earlier, and then sighting down the chisel and making any adjustments if needed. Okay, so this is the end result, a really nice elegant chisel. Feels great in the hands, and yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys again in the next one.